Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. I'm Papa Boris. Welcome back to Quest to Legend. In the first videos of this series, we learned that my rogue deck sucks load of donkey balls. So I'm going to try to fix it up. Even if the deck sucks, I hope that the people watching this series appreciate that, this is going to be a kind of educational so that we can see, what works and what doesn't work in a deck. So hopefully the failures in the bad decks will be educational, and hopefully with your help in the comments sometime, we'll actually have a deck that actually works. So anyway, it's been pointed out to me that I put in the Azure Drake and then took out a bunch of spells, which doesn't really make any sense, and I don't like the spell focus as much, so we're going to take these Azure Drakes out. It's also been pointed out to me that Spiteful Smith is a very questionable pick. I'd like to leave it in for one more iteration of this deck, but if it doesn't get good, I'm going to take it out, which, well, I'll keep the name of the deck, in fond memory of its roots, but yeah, this hasn't really been doing much for me. Questing Adventure is just way too touch and go. I'm going to take it out as well. The Van Cleef I'll keep in because it's nice to have a 4-4 for 3, or, sometimes a 6-6 for 3 later in the game. It gives me some end game at a pretty cheap price. Now, I'm going to get rid of the Perdition's Blade. No one actually suggested this, but they don't actually seem to be working all that well, so I'll get rid of those, but I'll keep the Saps and then the other removal, taking out the Conceal because that hasn't been very good, just so I have some removal. Sap is nice for clearing away taunters and stuff like that. It's some folks have been suggesting an Assassinate. I just want to let you know I'm keeping that in mind, but I'm not 100% sure I want such an expensive removal spell. Maybe it'll be in here as a onesie. Okay, so now we need some stuff. I think with Amani Berserker, the Ringleader, and the Argent Squire, that's probably enough 2-drops. So what we need is to beef up this deck. There's mainly 2 ways we can go. One way is we can try to make it a little bit more endgame focused. One way is to make it a little bit more aggro. I don't think Rogue is a good choice for aggro. I think if I were going to play aggro, I'd go for Warrior or Warlock. And in fact, maybe later in this quest, we'll try that out. And, if I can't get the Rogue deck to not suck anymore. So we're going to go for the more endgame approach. One thing that a lot of folks have been suggesting is Boulder Fist Ogre. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these in here. There are certainly other good options. Argent Commander could be good. I could also craft Bloodhoof and put that in there, or a Black Knight. The 6-drop legendary that I got is, of course, the Beast. So that's not a very good one. Hey, maybe I'll put in a Sunwalker and an Ogre like that. So that'll be the top of my curve, and we'll see which one we're happier to have more often than not. For the Spiteful Smiths, I'll just keep those as my only 5-drops. So we have these 2 and then these Ogre/Sunwalkers as the end game. So we've got some pretty decent 4-drops. Now what I'd like to do is put in the Defender of Argus. I kind of hate putting this in because it's such a common card, so commonly used, but I do kind of need buff and I do need taunt, and this sort of provides both of them into the deck. So now we've got 3 card slots left. Let's get a few more 3-drops in here. So what is good to put in? Well, I don't know. Maybe I could put the Questing Adventurers back in. How about Shattered Sun Cleric? That's a pretty reasonable choice for buffing my other drops. And then one more card. Let's make it, okay, let's make it the Assassinate. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so again, no guarantees that this is actually any good. I have not tested this. We're seeing the real deal. Part of this is education to find out how shit works. Let's go ahead and drop back into the queue. Here we are at rank 21 trying to move on forward. Alright. In the past videos, we haven't really won very much. I mean, if you win all your games, you can make it to, like, rank 20 in, like, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour. So I haven't really been winning that much, but the deck wasn't really that good. And now we're seeing if we're going to get closer to something good or farther away. I mean, if you have a really good curve, you can get some games for free, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get pretty far down before we have to start putting in legendaries and, like, overloading with epics and stuff. Okay, up against a warrior. Milbrad T23 Hertz. What the hell? Well, at least we're second, so we do get to coin out this Ringleader. This is not really what I want right now. My cat is being extremely annoying. Get out of here to get shoe. There we go. All right, wow, this is quite the opening hand. So lots of good stuff. Of course, if it all dies, that's sad. But if it lives, that's great. My opponent does have the Murloc Raider here, which makes me actually kind of think about coining out a Berserker, because it deals with the Raider really well. The Ringleader, I mean, this dies to Cleave. I guess the Berserker dies to Fiery War Axe and Heroic Strike. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do the Ringleader, because we're not going to have an opportunity to do it. Oh god, I need to lower the volume. Yeah, we're not going to have an opportunity to coin it out easily later until turn 4 when I can play the Berserker and the Ringleader at the same time. So let's do it while it's here. So Cleave would be the best card you could possibly have. It would kill both of them, and then his 2/1 could keep on swinging. I might have to then make a Dagger on turn 2. Wow, this is really funny because I took out Fan of Knives from this deck. Now, my opponent seems to be playing badly. He killed my 2-1 instead of my 2-2, which allows my 2-2 to kill the 1-1 scout, which is, you know, something he really shouldn't have allowed. I will actually go ahead and pass on the chance to play a Berserker here. So I really do think that having a dagger in play, if he's going to play all these one-drop aggro things, is going to be really, really helpful for me. This thing should be dead, by the way. I should not have a 2-1 on the field because he just killed the wrong creature. Okay, Shield Bearer could be annoying to deal with. You know, I might want to keep a Shiv in the deck just to be able to turn on my Berserkers if I'm going to keep them in. Maybe I'll put one in. We'll see how well or poorly the Assassinate ends up working for me. Let's go ahead and play the Ghoul. I'm not going to hit the Shield Bearer with my dagger, though. There's really no point. It's going to have to get hit anyway next turn, so I might as well keep it around. Keep my dagger around for a better target. And then next turn, the Defender could be good. Time to sort of pass these by, but that is only because we were up against a hardcore aggro deck. If my opponent's deck weren't so aggressive, then these would have gotten played. So I don't think this shows that these are bad. Now, the reason I'm defending these Berserkers is I had some folks comment that I'm overrating the Amani Berserker. It's actually not a good card, yada yada. I disagree. I think it's a really, really great card. Okay, so my opponent, he heroic struck me in the face instead of killing my creature. I don't think he's playing all that well, so we're getting a bit of a free game here. But I'm kind of happy about that, to be honest. Not just because, like, you know, I want to win at all costs or anything. I'm happy to get a free game because I feel like you should at rank 20 and up. All these like decks with like legendaries and stuff, that's totally fine. I'm just amazed that's happening so early in the queue. And it makes me hope that, you know, there's not too much of that going on so that people get turned off from the game if they're newbies. So he's heroic striking me in the face. We seem to be... This is actually the kind of deck I'd like to make. I'd like to put, like, cards in it that don't suck. Like, I don't want to put in the 2-1 Murloc. But I do kind of want to play a warrior aggro deck because I've had a lot of fun in the arena playing with warrior decks that, like, burn the opponent out using weapons. Because weapons that pack a lot of punch, like a Fiery War Axe is 6 damage for 2 mana. Arcanite Reaper is 10 damage for 5 mana. You also get the Gore Howl, which I believe I have, which is 7 damage in one swoop. Anyway, this game is an easy win because my opponent just, you know, he's got no card draw in this deck, and he's just totally out of cards because he heroic struck my face and didn't make good choices with his creature targeting. But I guess it makes sense that I'm playing weaker players because I did lose a bunch, so that's totally fine. The system is working as intended. So anyway, this game we don't really get to judge the deck, unfortunately. It's fun to win, but we don't really get to judge this deck because I think you could have pretty much won with any deck against this guy, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with being bad. Just saying, you know, for reference purposes. Okay, let's go ahead and think. So really, what's the only way that he could possibly win? I guess if he has Brawl is the only possible way I could see him winning this. What is this, 6-11? So I want to add a little bit of pressure, but not too much. Like, I don't want to, like, play all this stuff and then get a huge Van Cleef only to have it get brawled. So let's go ahead and cut our, you know, hedge our bets a bit. We'll do Defender. And rebuild the dagger. And if he has the Brawl, then he has the Brawl. If he has Mind Control tech, that would be kind of annoying, but I don't think someone would play with that in Constructed. So yeah, there we go. And then we get a star. So that deck, I mean, I think that the curve was great. I got my 2 drops, and then I had stuff to play every single turn. I didn't really see any backstabs or eviscerates. All I had for removal was the dagger, but it was enough because my opponent's deck was so bad. So the real question is, like, what if my opponent had played better creatures? Would I have been able to handle it with that draw? Hard to say. Hard to say. Somebody, so yes, the Amani Berserker, somebody pointed out to me that it was like number 42 on Trump's list. Guys, don't listen to rankings that much. I mean, it's one person's opinion, and of course Trump is someone who's very good at the game, so his opinion counts for more than, you know, the average George, but I still maintain that the Amani Berserker is a really terrific thing to play on turn 2 because it messes up your opponent so much. Marquisino. Alright, well, this is another fortunate beginning. We are second against a rogue, which is always good. Do I keep this 3-drop? Sure, I don't really mind making a dagger on turn 2, even if that means not playing anything on turn 2. Of course, I'd rather have a Berserker here, but this is fine. One person actually suggested getting rid of the ringleaders. which is an intriguing suggestion, because like when you're not getting to play it on turn 1 with the coin, it is a pretty underwhelming card. By the time you can combo it out, it's usually too late, unless you get lucky and have a backstab in your hand and also a backstab target. So that's something I could do. I could easily see myself replacing these with Knife Jugglers or with Fairy Dragons, both of which are, I think, the other premier 2-drops that we could consider. Alright, so there it is. I will actually go ahead and just play him rather than make a dagger. So yes, a 2/2 for 2 is not impressive. It's sort of the potential that this card represents that really makes it special. So we've got a pretty good curve here. We can make the Golem on turn 3, or if she plays like a Scarlet Crusader, I'd happily sap that and then get some tempo. Keep on swinging for 4. Novice Engineer, alright, that's fine. I'll be happy to kill that with one of my ringleaders. Goldshire Footman, alright, so her creatures are just trotting out to die. This does mean that, what's his face? Fan of Knives would be pretty good. Killing off my bandits and drawing her a card. But I've got enough board presence here that I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, she's going to make a dagger, so no Fan of Knives. That's good. One thing that kind of makes me sad about this deck is that with the Auctioneer gone, which definitely made the deck better, and with these Spiteful Smiths likely to be on the way out, there's no theme to this deck anymore. It's just, you know, a bunch of good cards in a deck. And that's great and all, but I kind of prefer playing decks that have a theme, have some kind of unifying idea that ties them all together. So that's one thing that might make me back away from my initial claim that I was intending to, you know, go to Rogue all the way to the top, is the fact that I want to play some kind of a thematic deck. Like, it doesn't have to be a great theme. Like, you know, the controlled druid decks, I think those qualify as being thematic. You know, you kill stuff, then you play big stuff. But there's really, I don't know, there's nothing here. It's just play your cards, and then hope that your opponent doesn't kill them and play better ones. So she could have a really good turn here. She could hit my Golem with her deadly weapon, and then play Fan of Knives afterwards and kill everything. She doesn't have that, though, which is fine by me. She's going to, I guess, keep setting up for Fan of Knives, hoping to get it at some point. Wouldn't mind a Defender of Argus here to beef some of these up so that they survive a Fan of Knives. Alas, it is not to be. So I could play the Berserker and Edwin as a 4/4. I could just also play the Spiteful Smith. And I'm going to play the Spiteful Smith. The reason for that is I really think that a Fan of Knives is coming. Do I throw 2 of these things away to kill that Gnomish Inventor out of respect for Fan of Knives? Well, no, because if she fans the Knives, this thing will actually get enraged, and that'll make my weapon pretty good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start to burn. She's getting pretty low on health here. Another option would have been to do the Berserker and the Edwin. The thing is about that is then she could use the Gnomish Inventor to attack the Berserker, enrage it, and then Fan of Knives will kill it anyway. So I didn't really want to bother with that. Well, I got Eviscerate here for burn if I need to clear a Taunter, or for removal if I need to clear a Taunter, or just burn to the face if I need to finish my opponent off. She has no Fan of Knives. She's been like setting up for it all game, but seems to not have it. And a Sinister Strike. Well, seems like I'm playing some kind of spell power rogue deck who just didn't get her draw, which is fine by me. Let's take a quick look here. We got 2. Yeah, this is the game. Always look for the win, kids. You don't have to be in the arena. You can look for the win in your constructed games as well. And well played. Well, definitely lucky that I was second and got to coin out the Defias Ringleader, but it seems like, given my opponent's lackluster draw, I would have won that game regardless. Okay, we got a bonus star there, which is great. It's nice to get out of these lower ranks and start playing some harder opponents. So I'd say that neither of those games really tests this deck. Both of those opponents either had bad draws or bad decks, or a combination of both of those things. I'll take a sip of good luck water. Well, the deck feels good. Granted, again, the opponents haven't really tested it, but I feel like it, you know, it's got a better curve than it used to. It's got more stuff to play. So the opponent needs a really good combination, at least of, you know, disruption and superior creatures to do well against us. Okay. Well, backstab's a tricky card to keep. You don't want to draw your second one and then have nothing to backstab, but I don't want to mulligan it either because I am first, so if I get a ringleader, I want to have a way to turn on combo. As it is, we've got a curve, so the only thing that would make this better is one of our Argent Squires, but as long as the opponent passes on turn 1, The Berserker's a really nice play to have out on turn 2. And even if he does have a turn 1 play, a lot of coin plays would die to backstab. And then I can still play the Berserker, and then the Golem, and then this Engine, and then that's a pretty nice creature curve. These are all very, you know, high power cards, and playing them all in order can just sometimes win you the game. As my opponent here, he's not highlighting anything. Seems to be AFK for the moment, but this has happened several times, and the person usually comes back. Could be a griefer who's going to pass the turn right before the fuse runs out. I've seen that come up once, although the person did start playing for real. Ah, no, there it is. He's hovering over stuff. And passing the turn, excellent. Alright, Berserker comes out. Now the Ghoul is interesting. So, if he makes a totem, which he will, barring any other plays, I could play the Ghoul, kill the totem with the Berserker. Nope, he's going to Lightning Bolt, that's fine. I was going to say, I could make the Ghoul and then have it start to grow by killing off the totem. But the Ghoul dies to things like Rockbiter Weapon and Lightning Bolt, whereas the Harvest Golem survives, so the Harvest Golem's a bit of a sturdier choice. Hopefully he just plays Totem here. No, not a chance. What you got for me, bub? Feral Spirits. Oh, that sucks. Well, got a couple of options here. One is I could play the Defender of Argus. Doesn't use it to its full potential, but it does buff the Golem enough that I could actually kill both Spirit Wolves with it, basically. The other is to play Ascension. Then the Spirit Wolves are allowed to stick around a little bit longer, but Ascension will just kill them by itself as well. And then I get to use the Defender of Argus to full capacity. I'm going to take a risk here. The reason I'm taking this risk is that he is overloaded. And even if he has a Flame Tongue Totem, he'd still have to throw both of these away in order to kill my one Ascension, which is a trade I'm happy to make. If he doesn't have a Flame Tongue Totem, there's really not much he could do here. Oh, he has it. Well, that's still okay. So basically I trade these. I think that was a worthy risk to basically trade this engine for these Spirit Wolves. Oh, he's not going to make the trade. Ah, well, now we got some options. So one thing we could do is we could actually sap one of these wolves and put it back into the opponent's hand. It's a 2-mana 2/3. Then we can kill the other one and live to tell about it. And then we can play Shattered Sun Cleric, buff the Golem, kill the Flame Tongue. So that's one option. Another option is I could actually sap the Totem, and then Shattered Sun Cleric and just kill both wolves. And then the Totem sucks. And it's still in his hand, though, so it's only a 2-mana thing. But what that does is it preserves some life on this engine. Of course, these are both cost 2 mana, so in terms of tempo, sap isn't actually good either way. Now, I could just play the Defender of Argus and just kill these both. It would require cashing out the Golem. Yeah, let's save sap for something better. I think here's a good chance to use the Defender. If he ever clears my board out, you know, I'm gonna regret maybe not having had the chance to not having played the Defender when I had the chance. And then we'll pass the. Oh my God. Whew, I was worried that was gonna get bugged out. So this looks pretty good. If he has a Lightning Storm, it'll kill everything with a coin flip on the Defender, which he of course has, because of course. This does mean that he's overloaded next turn, and there's a chance this guy will live. Nope, I lose the coin flip, he dies. Well, balls. That would have been the advantage of the sap play. I would have played around the Lightning Storm better. Okay, let's go ahead and do Chillwind Yeti. Dagger up. Backstab first, because backstab is only undamaged minions, and then we'll finish it off with my dagger. So the problem is you got some card advantage out of that Lightning Storm, which I'm not super thrilled with. There's no longer any card draw in this deck. It's just all off the top. I took out the Shivs, the Fan of Knives, and the Zero Drakes, which hasn't been a problem yet. And he is overloaded, which is nice, but I might just run out of steam here if I'm not careful. This is definitely like a net-decked control Shaman deck, though. There's no question about that. With Lightning Storm, Flame Tongue, Spirit Wolf, and Lightning Bolt being the only things we've seen so far, there's zero question that this is net-decked, which is totally fine. I don't have any problem with that. Just letting you know. Alright, so Hex for my Yeti. He's just trying to win with card advantage, and that's kind of annoying because it does mean that these saps are really, really bad in a way. Because they're card disadvantaged. They're tempo, but they lose it, they go down a card. So I can't really afford to go down cards. And if these were like real things, quote unquote, like removal or creatures, I'd be much happier. Oh my God. Well, I can't even sap that because he'll just replay it. This is where an Assassinate would be much better than a sap. There's no question about that. I'm gonna make a little bit of a crazy move. I'm gonna concede, because there's no way to win this. I've done 0 damage, and he just has all the answers. So, that's fine. That's fine. I think I can expect to lose against that Shaman control deck pretty much every time. They just have too much removal and card advantage built in. So let's try that one more time. I already do have an Assassinate in here. I definitely don't want to play with 2 Assassinates. It was just unlucky that I drew both Saps. So we'll see with a little bit more games if the Saps are bad. Like, if one of them had been a creature, I certainly would have been happier. But note that I did have a pretty good chance. I could have played Defender of Argus and used a Golem to kill one of the Spirit Wolves before he dropped a Flame Tongue. Then he would have dropped Flame Tongue, the Spirit Wolf would have finished off my Golem, and I could have played Sen'jin after that. Then the Sen'jin would have survived the Lightning Storm, and I still would have gotten to kill everything off. So I might have actually done better if I had, if I'd played differently. I also had a different option on the other turn. I could have sapped the Flame Tongue Totem. I didn't choose to sap it, and then the sap just sat in my hand all game and did nothing. Okay. So second again, lots of luck going second here. This is a bit of an unfortunate start. I don't have a Defias Street Leader or an Argent Squire or a Berserker. However, what I do have is the ability to coin out a Golem on turn 2 and then play the Ghoul on turn 3. So it's definitely good that I'm second here rather than first. Now, if my opponent has a fast start, I might not do that either. I could just dagger up, excuse me, on turn 2 and then play my creatures on turn 3. Yeah, the Shaman control deck is fun. I like those cards. Flame Tongue Totem, Spirit Wolf thing, the Fire Elementals. Those are just really fun cards to play with. I might make a deck like that later in this quest. Not like get a net decked version, but just kind of put one together of my own. And just see how it works. There was one that Force spotlighted a little while ago. It had like Wind Fury and Leroy Jenkins and stuff like that, which was pretty fun. Okay, this is a pretty straightforward moment here. I'm going to backstab the wolf. The question is, do I play the ghoul just so I can start growing it, or do I play the golem, which is sturdier? Well, Hunter's, the main thing you can have against the ghoul is a deadly shot, which I wouldn't mind. This would be impervious to deadly shot to some extent. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the golem out. It's just a bit safer, a little bit more likely to live the day. And I like having this out here. And of course I can play the ghoul next turn. It's unlikely I would do anything different, but possible. It's possible that I will want to dagger up. I just hope he doesn't put out so much pressure that I feel obliged to do that. Okay. Well, the Demolisher's a bit annoying because if it hits the ghoul, it'll be able to kill the ghoul. It's kind of sad. But there's a lot to distract it here, so I'm going to go ahead and whack it with the golem so I can finish it off next turn. Hits my face, that's perfect. If it hit the golem, that would have been second best. If it hit the flesh-eating ghoul, that would have been the worst. Does he have a multi-shot? He does. Well, I'm still going to get to kill off that Demolisher, or he will maybe use it to kill him. No, he's going to just do that. That's fine. I don't mind. Okay. So we'll play Sen'jin. And let's go ahead and just kill that thing. Let's not get greedy and try to kill it with my Sen'jin or anything like that. Deadly Shot would be the removal that he wants here, but I got more big creatures to drop, so that's fine. This is the sort of the strength of the mid-range deck. You can drop good threats consistently. And as long as you're not behind in the early game, you're in good shape. That's a pretty weak drop. Hunter's Mark. Okay, that drop suddenly got a lot better, because now this thing survives with 2 health. That's kind of irritating, actually. So it's not really, he did not 2-for-1 himself right there, because he used a card to kill my Sen'jin, but his creature lived to tell about it. Well, if he has Deadly Shot now, that sucks. I could eviscerate and play Edwin as a 4-4. But let's do this and try to see if I can enrage myself against the Stormwind Knight and make my dagger really good. Come on, Spiteful Smith. Live the turn. Maybe. There's no Deadly Shot coming up. Good, good, good. Okay, perfect. Okay. Cannot do this, and the Edwin. I'm a mana short for that. But I can do a 4-drop and eviscerate. Or a 4-drop and dagger. I could do this, eviscerate, and dagger. That's interesting. I think that's actually what I want to do.
It's time for a little blood.
That Sen'jin is so annoying. Damn, that engine is annoying. Forcing me to use my dagger while it's not enraged. Okay, so we'll do this. That. And then pass the turn. So, card-wise, I'm doing alright. About 3 to his 3, and my board's better. He could come back with, like, a multi-shot or something. This dagger, because I am up against a hunter with no life gain in this deck, I will be sending it at his face as long as this Spiteful Smith is alive. And I'm threatening to actually enrage my Berserker as well. Main thing I'm concerned about now are traps. Honestly, like a freezing trap would really screw me up here. Lord of the Arena, God! Wow, that's really effective. That is so effective, because I can't quite kill it with my Smith. Well, Assassinate's pretty good. I would have, I would have rather had a Sap here, though. It would have accomplished basically the same thing. But I am at least glad I top-decked that Assassinate. So we're going to go ahead and kill that creature. Again, I'm sending everything at his face as far as my dagger is concerned. Because I am up against a hunter and I don't have any life gain, so I don't want to lose just because he steady shots me to death. Alright, I believe that was a sincere well played, but I'm not going to say thanks or anything because it was just an Assassinate. It wasn't that special. It's not like I did anything super techy or anything like that. Timberwolf? Oh god, does he have Unleash the Hounds here? No, he does not. Well, that Timberwolf is just trotting out to die. Okay, I'm a mana short of being able to play this, and Edwin. Which is annoying. We'll do these guys. Let's go ahead and think. Do I just let everything... I'm gonna kill this wolf. We'll leave the Gnomish Inventor alive, though. Oh, look at this! Number 42 2-drop. My ass. Anyway. So this is a pretty good board. Unleash the Hounds is a little bit ineffective because they all run into this Senjin. But if he has a Silence or like a Black Knight or something to kill this engine off with, I'll be in trouble. Okay, he could also have Hunter's Mark plus Unleash the Hounds. That'll let him kill 1, 2, 3 of my creatures. Nope, he's flinging a deadly shot. Oh, and it hits my best creature. Well, that's a little bit sad. Okay, I hope what I draw is enough to let me play out Edwin as a 6/6. That'd be great. And it is. Perfect. Do-do. 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 Now, he's only got 2 cards. If he had more than 2 cards, I'd be worried about, like, Unleash the Hounds plus a Wolf. Let's see. Unleash the Hounds plus Wolf. That's 12 damage. No, because one of the... Oh, God. So Unleash the Hounds gives him 6 Hounds, but this Gnomish Inventor's here, so if that hits me... Let's say that suicides itself. So he can get 6 Hounds and a Wolf. That's 12 damage. 14 damage. Even if he has Unleash the Hounds plus Wolf, he cannot kill me. So I'm actually going to send... everything at the face. Because again, with Unleash the Hounds plus the Wolf, he can't kill me. But if he had more cards, like if he had to do Unleash the Hounds and 2 Wolves or something like that, or Unleash the Hounds Wolf kill command, I would have been a lot more scared. Okay, he's got the Leok and Illidan. I don't know why he didn't play this first. Then he would have gotten a 2-1. Not that it matters because he's dead. But okay, he's saying well played over and over. I think he wasn't being douchey, he was just saying well played. So I think the deck worked out pretty well there. Even the ringleaders were fine. It was like 4 damage, a 4 damage creature for 2 mana basically. And that was totally fine. So yeah, I think that's okay. So that was what, 3 games? Let's do another game or 2. I haven't really been keeping track of time, but those are pretty quick matches. So we'll see how far I can go. If I can make it to like 19 or 18, that means the deck must not be that terrible. And the Assassinate was clutch. I think that Sap would have done the same thing, but then when he replayed the Lord, it would have been kind of sucky. So yeah, man, maybe Sap's just not very good. Maybe I'll have like a 1 Sap in there. And I don't know, like a... something like a, maybe... yeah, we'll keep it. Something like a Black Knight. Basically, here's the thing about crafting cards. I have 15,000 dust. In order to craft all the cards that I need, I would need to have 30,000 dust. Now, the thing is that I can craft like 9 legendaries with 15,000 dust, and that's totally fine. That's like enough to get all the pretty much legendaries that I would need, because honestly, most legendaries are kind of crappy, and you know, I could name off the ones I need, like Tinkmaster, Leroy, Black Knight, Cairn. Yeah, Ragnaros, I guess. So yeah, so I could get the ones I need pretty easily. It's just that then every time I flip any of those legendaries in a pack, I'm losing 1,200 dust, and I don't know. It's kind of a big loss.
It's time.
Oh my god, I messed up. Sorry, folks. I should have backstabbed this, finished it off with my dagger, and then that would have triggered combo for the ringleader. So do I use the backstab, which will stop this from being comboed out? Yeah, because I'm playing Yeti next turn anyway. So we're going to backstab and kill that Northshire Cleric. Here, this is just one of those things I love about being the rogue, just this really, really cheap removal with your dagger plus backstab. Not having to spend any mana and killing 3 toughness is kind of awesome. Okay, does he have an abusive sergeant or a Shadow Word Pain to deal with this berserker? That is the question. He does. Shadow Word Pain. Well, that's life. Luckily, the Yeti does not die to Shadow Words, nor does the Spiteful Smith. Power Word Shield, very unremarkable right there, unless he powers it up with like a Divine Health and Inner Fire next turn. So I'm pretty happy just to play this. Now, the Shadowstone Cleric I'm happy to see. It gives me some options next turn. I can play this and the Ringleader, this and Eviscerate, or just a Spiteful Smith, depending on the board state. Probably not going to play this plus Ringleader, simply because they all die to Holy Nova, and that'd be kind of silly, I think. Soul Priest, very good card. Definitely warps my plans somewhat. I think I really do just want to do that, right? That allows me to kill off the Soul Priest in the most efficient way. These will all die to Holy Nova, and so will the Yeti. So I don't want to expose myself to Holy Nova. Either I make a dagger here, or I play Eviscerate to kill this thing. I'm going to trust my instincts. My instincts tell me to make a dagger. So I want this in my hand. It'll help me finish off big creatures. And now, if he has Holy Nova, he can clear my board. But at least I didn't lose my Ringleader. And then I can play the Ogre next turn to repopulate. No Holy Nova, just another Soul Priest. That's fine. Man, I really wish I had a Blood Mage Thalnos. Oh, jeez. Well, that sucks. It's a good thing, though, that... Okay, so he spent 2 cards to kill everything. And this is going to die. So, good thing I made the dagger last turn and did not play this. What do I play here? Do I play this and Ringleader, or do I play the Ogre? Well, let's do this and Ringleader, and the reason for that is it just puts more bodies on the ground. And this does not all die to Holy Nova. The Golem survives in high style. I want to have some board presence to be able to deal with his threats that he plays. If I played this and he got Shadow Word Death, that just would suck. Oh my god, what's up with these 5 health creatures? Do I need to put... Oh my god, do I need to put spell damage back in here? No, Sap's a pretty good card. Look at that. Oh god, that's so good. So I get to put another creature down. And definitely keeping the dagger in my hand, because I'm going to need it to pop that Divine Shield. Against a Priest, I'm not too worried about spell damage, although people do play like Prophet Velen, Holy Smite garbage. I'm not too worried about that, though. We're just going to start banging him down. Alright, everything deals less than the damage I need to kill this. Oh god, well, now I kind of wish I had played the Ogre before, because if I had, I'd certainly be in an easier situation now. Let's see what I could do. I could Enrage the Smith to pop Divine Shield, Enraging the Smith. And then this will deal 3 damage. 3 damage doesn't actually help me at all. You know what? Let's just keep it simple, keep it safe. I'm going to pop Divine Shield like this. I'm going to play Ogre and Eviscerate. Now, let's just finish this off. Kill this. My life is getting a little bit low, I admit, but I have a really, really good board presence here and another big creature to drop. So I think I should be fine. Unless he plays something, like, super amazing. Like, I guess Ragnaros would be pretty good here. Actually, Ragnaros wouldn't be that good. I would just ignore it. I think I'd be fine with it, unless he gave it Taunt. Then that would be annoying. Got 2 light spawns, so I have to be careful. I know he's got some health buffs. He is playing a Power Word Shields. Okay. Well... I actually could hit one of these to enrage my dagger. Or let's see, what have I got here? 6, 10, 12, 13, 14. I mean, he's almost dead. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go for the kill. What do I buff? I don't think it actually matters. Let's buff that guy. Do I kill one, or do I just go all the way for the face? Yeah, let's go all the way for the face. Alright, so this is a mid-range deck in action. We got all this stuff here. He can hit me for 10 damage. Oh, man, that was risky. Why did I do that? If he got, like, has like a couple of divine shields, divine words, he could just kill me. Granted, if I killed only one light spawn and he had 2 divine favors, he'd kill me anyway. Okay, so there's a Holy Nova. It seems like a desperate Nova to me. He only has 4 mana left now. The Golem plus the Ogre is enough to kill him. He needs a taunt or a lot of healing with this last... Oh no, I guess after he heals himself he'll be fine. Anyway, luckily he didn't have the kill, which is good. He's gonna kill off my Ogre. Heal himself, alright. And he can kill off my Spiteful Smith, so I'm a little bit shy of being able to kill him here. I've got... No, what am I talking about? I can kill him. This dagger deals 3 damage. Spiteful Smith staying in, bitches. It's staying in. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Alright, we'll do another game or another 2. We'll see. So we got a star. Almost up to rank 9. Oh man, this is really tense. I'm on the cusp. If I win the next game, then I'm up to rank 19. But if I lose the next game, then I have to win 2 games before I make it to rank 19. Man, it's hard to go up in rank. Goodness, with this losing stars business. I guess that's good though. That's what we were all complaining about back in the day. Once you got up to a certain level, you just stayed there forever. So everybody was a 3-star master, but not really. Okay, well, this will probably, let's do this as the last game of the video. Be a nice stopping point. Either I reach rank 19 or I fail horribly. Netbug, the Novice Engineer, and Mage, testing our skills here. Alright, so I am second, which is nice. Oh, well, okay. I will just mulligan those 2. We'll go for the best 2-drop into 3-drop in the game. Berserker into Shattered Sun Cleric. It would have been nice to get another Berserker or Defy a String Leader, but I wanted to keep the Shattered Sun Cleric around, because if this guy doesn't get Frost Bolted... Ah, perfect! Yes! So, I've got one of them that'll eat a Frost Bolt, but then hopefully the other one will stick around on turn 2. I wasn't going to coin it out if I hadn't gotten the other one. So, does she have a Frost Bolt? That's pretty much that or bust. Oh my god, she fucking has it. Well, that's life. I don't like Edwin very much. I don't think he's very good here. Oh, Argent Squire. Well, on turn 4, maybe I'll play Argent Squire and Edwin for a 4/4 for 3 mana. It's not really the greatest turn 4. Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't play with him. Maybe you really do need to, like, just go full combo. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's 2 Frostbolts for my 2 Berserkers and a Mirror Image for good measure. God damn it, that sucks. Shit. Fuck my life. Well, I'm not gonna sit around and wait. As much as I hate to pass up on the combo chance, we'll just have to let him rot in my hand this game and then take him out. God damn it, 2 Frostbolts. That's like the only thing that mages have. It's not like a shaman who could have like Lightning Bolt or Rockbiter Weapon. It's like, no, it's just Frostbolt or bust. And she had it. Ugh. Oh man, that's just like the game right there. Alright, backstab, is that worth using? I don't really think it is. Let's just Shattered Sun Cleric. Kill a Mirror Image. Save my Argent Squire from certain doom. Shattered Sun Cleric has been really good. Assassinate? Well, if she plays like a 5, like a Fen Creeper or something, Assassinate will be fine then. Because it's her 5th turn for my 5th turn, which is fine because I know I've got a good turn 6. But in general, I don't know, this card is a bit dicey. Like if she just plays like a couple of little things or just clears my board, this thing is stupid. Arcane Intellect. Alright, well I don't think we're going to see a creature. If previous turns are any indication. Oh, this Ogre. Man, if it were like a Fen Creeper, I'd be doing a lot better. Arcane Missiles. Well, that was a lucky Arcane Missile at least. She's going to get to kill this off next turn, but it whiffed that turn. So, Edwin, very bad right here. I'm basically missing a turn. Because my deck's curve is so bad. Ouch. Perhaps I have too many 6-drops. I mean, I've only got 2. If she had given me something to backstab, I would have played him as a 4/4. I'm not going to play him as a 2/2 for 3. That's just dumb. Maybe I should have. Against a mage, though, it seems dumb just to have it die before a Flame Strike. At least Flame Strike is a turn away, so I'll be able to play the Ogre, which will survive the Flame Strike. It'll survive the flames. Oh, God. Is that a Mirror Entity? If that is a Mirror Entity, I am going to flip a bitch. Shit. It might be mirror entity. Oh, okay, so normally you should check for mirror entity first. But here I'm gonna attack first, because if it is mirror entity, I can't kill the thing anyway.
I fight.
Fuck. So I could make this guy a 4/4. You know what? Screw it. If it's mirror entity, then it's mirror entity. God damn it, it's mirror entity. I hate my life. It'll hit my ogre. She can then finish off the ogre. And then I guess I'll kill it with my Urgent Squire.
Here we go.
I hate my life. First Frost Bolts, then Mirror Entity. I could have played the Golem, but I took a risk, hoping it was like a counter spell or an ice block or something, which people do play with in Constructed. But nope, this mage is actually running a Mirror Entity in Constructed, and I took a risk and it didn't pay off. Yeah. Life. Why is it so terrible? I could have backstabbed this, knowing it's going to run into my ogre. Because once it runs in, I can't backstab it at that point. Oh, jeez. Arcane missiles. I see. So she's hoping at least one will hit the ogre, which it does. Oh, and then it also hit my squire for good measure. Alright, well, that's life, I guess. So Sunwalker's not good because you can ping off the Divine Shield, then use the ogre to kill it. Do I actually have to assassinate this thing? That sucks so hard. You know what? Fuck everything. I'm gonna hit this with my dagger. It's just the only way that I can win right now. Gotta play to your outs. We will backstab Ringleader and Edwin. Hopefully he'll live the turn, although Fireball or Polymorph will both kill it. What a sad game. Although, well, Edwin is pretty good here. I mean, if I didn't have Edwin, I'd be in much worse shape. But if I'd had a good 3-drop earlier, or like when I played nothing on turn 5, had he been like a real creature, he probably would have done me more good then as a 5-mana creature than now as a 6/6 for 3. Anyway, it's somewhat inconceivable to me that the mage will lose this game, but, you know, anything's possible. She might play like a Ragnaros, and it might whiff and hit my thing, and then I might assassinate it. You never know. You never know. Mana Addict. God, what a weird deck. She'll trade away her spell damage, which makes sense. It stops me from killing it with my own Ringleader like that. It's a fair move. Do I use the Assassinate, or do I use Edwin plus Dagger? Well, if I use Edwin plus Dagger to kill this thing, then I have all my mana left over to play Sunwalker, which will hold up against this Mana Addict. I could also play Golem and Yeti. I just feel like there's going to be better targets for me to assassinate than this thing. I'm going to play it safe, though. I'm going to assassinate it. If she had 8 mana, like if that was the best thing that she could do for 8 mana. And I will kill this Mana Addict. It only hits me for 1. Edwin's hitting for 6. So I kind of did everything you want to do in a turn. I added more to the board. I cleared her board. And I dealt damage. I mean, that's everything you want to do in a turn. So I think it was a reasonable choice, if not maybe the best choice. It leaves me, unfortunately, without enough mana to play both creatures.
Pay attention, class. Okay,
Violet Teacher. Frost will... not very impressive plays by this mage. Didn't even kill off my little Ringleader here. Okay, I can hit her for 8/10. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ignore her stuff. I mean, if I top deck Eviscerate, which there's 2 of in the deck, I win. And she has to kill all my creatures. Now, if she does kill all my creatures, then I suppose she can win. But the thing is, how's she gonna kill them? There's Divine Shields and a 6/6. And this 5 health actually does survive. I mean, she's got creatures to help out, I suppose. Let's say she has a Flame Strike. She can ping off this, pop the Divine Shield with the Violet Teacher. Yeah, I guess she could have cleared my board. That would have been pretty bad. But anyway, she didn't have Flame Strike. Flame Strike's not necessarily a good constructed card, honestly. She's playing lots of creatures now. Looks like with this 2-drop and this 3-drop, this is a pretty aggressive deck. She just happened not to have the removal. Anyway, I did top deck an Eviscerate, so even if she had cleared me out, I would have won. And that'll do it for this session of Quest to Legend. Oh, excuse me, let me put on my voice. Quest to Legend. Coming to NBC this fall, primetime Friday nights. One man, one shitty deck. It's Papa Boris, Quest to Legend. I should really do that at the beginning of the video, not at the end when no one's watching. Well, anyway, that was a little bonus for you for sticking around, I guess. If you enjoyed that, please like and/or subscribe. As always, please give me your suggestions for the deck. I feel like it was better than it used to be. I mean, the assassinates were good. I have to give some mad props to who suggested those. Maybe I'll go down to one sap, although the sap was really good that one game against Lord of the Arena. I feel like the creature balance is okay. I like the Berserkers a lot. I like the Shattered Sun Cleric and the Defender a lot. The Senjin's been good. Yeti's been good. Golem's been great. Spiteful Smith saw some use. Man, I think this is okay. I think it's coming together. So again, let me know what your thoughts are for getting it even better, and I'll see you next time. Till then.